playoff time. But before we get into that, our players have improved at the perfect time. So after the last episode, I was busy upgrading these players, getting them better, getting them in shape for the playoffs, and we've had some growers. Chance Sugars is now an 88 overall. Now I'm going to go into detail for some of these guys in the actual depth chart so we can see some of their stats. But an 88 overall, he went up 4 from an 84. Our backup right tackle, Pearson, went up from a 73 to a 78. Houston went up from a 75 to a 78. So Pearson is surplus to requirements, and he's really good. A rookie right tackle, 78 overall now. Lance Sitton went from an 82 to an 87 overall. Keith Marshall, for example, I didn't actually upgrade. I'm saving his points to spend on some better things. Malcolm Mitchell went from a 73 to a 75. It actually said originally 76. I don't know why it says 75 now. Christian Stuckey jumped from a 77 to an 82, so 5 as well, just like Sitton. And some of his upgrades should make him crazy good. Flowers went up 1 from 78 to 79. And that's pretty much it. Not everybody had a whole bunch of experience, so some of their stats didn't go up. As you can see, for the defensive backs, for example, I'm saving their XP. I'm figuring they're going to get obviously some more from the playoffs, and then we can spend it on some stuff, because obviously they have some expensive upgrades and things. Didn't want to now spend it on some cheaper stuff when I can spend it on better things. But Stuckey, huge upgrade. Sitton, huge upgrade. Sugars is even better than before, and he was already incredible. And Brennan Thomason as well went up from a 76 to a 79 overall. And now there's only 3 things that count towards a kicker's overall: kick power, kick accuracy, and awareness. He doesn't have very good awareness, but his kick accuracy is now like 94. I mean, if we actually cared about getting his awareness up as well just to make him look better, he would be like probably close to a 90 overall kicker right now. So Lance Sitton now has, I don't know the exact numbers, what they were without being modified by confidence, but 96 short throw accuracy, 92 medium throw accuracy, 87 deep throw accuracy. Brandon Coleman we made better as well, and he has 94 route running. That's one of the things that we improved on him. Made his release a little bit better as well, but he was already the best player on the team. He's looking real good now with his stats. And then Chance Sugars, I couldn't resist this, right? He already has good things: 84 catching, 82 route running, 85 catching traffic. All those things are pretty good, so I did upgrade those things as well. But I knocked up his speed a little bit as well. He's now got 90 speed. He is 6'7", 260 pounds, and he's got 90 speed. I was able to afford to put that up from 88 and make some of the other stats better. I think maybe it was a little bit silly, but I couldn't resist it. Christian Stuckey, I kind of molded into the perfect player to just leave on his own. So I did actually bounce up his speed by 1 as well. I couldn't resist it, putting it at 88. I think that's the same as Bobby Wagner's now. I think the only middle linebacker probably quicker than him in the entire league now is Ryan Shazier. Anyway, that is the team. Vastly improved. And now, time for the big games. Our first game in the playoffs against the 10-6 Cowboys. Home field advantage, which will really help. Improved players, which will really help. Before we can get into the game, let's have a look at how all these teams got here. So the divisional playoffs are Browns at Chiefs, Cowboys at Saints, which we know obviously, Titans at Bills, Seahawks at Redskins. And in the wildcard round, the Titans beat the Texans at home 34-29. The Cowboys went on the road and beat the Lions 24-22. Chargers were on the road at the Browns, lost by 3 points. The Seahawks reversed reality there, dismantling the Falcons in the playoffs 49-10. So I'd put my money on the Seahawks to beat the Redskins if they just beat the Falcons, who were 12-4 in the regular season, 49-10. And I'd like to think that we can beat the Cowboys and meet them in the NFC Championship game. But first we have to beat the Cowboys. Well, actually, first we have to play the Cowboys, then we can beat the Cowboys, then we can go into the championship game and see what happens there. So a difference between this game and the last one, Dak Prescott starting at quarterback instead of Tony Romo, and there he is, sacked on the second play of the day. 3rd and 16 now, dropping back to pass, throws one up towards Ekbrahim and Des Bryant, and apparently that's defensive pass interference. I don't remember pressing a defensive pass interference button, but we'll take it. And on a quick wide receiver screen there, broken tackles, missed tackles, all sorts of things, and they get down to the 16-yard line. Now 2nd and 7 from the 13, a run to the left, but Darren Stanley is there to put a stop to that. 3rd and 11, Dak Prescott back to pass. Plenty of time to find Williams over the middle, but he gets stopped just short there by 2 defenders, so they had to go for the field goal. And on 1st and 10, our first play of the game, we looked to establish the run there with Keith Marshall, and it goes pretty well. Second and third, and there is no explanation for that. Sitton decided to jump up into the pocket, kind of broke the whole play timing-wise, but now on 3rd and 11, he rolls out to the right, plenty of space to run, and he's going to pick up the first down and some yards afterwards, so a nice run there, 17 yards by Lance Sitton on 3rd and 11. 2nd and 10, rolls out left. He could try to run himself, but he throws it there to DJ Foster right on the sideline for a completion, and on 2nd and 2, a play action. Rolling to the left again, another pass out to Keith Marshall, who stays in bounds and manages to get upfield inside the 15-yard line. A nice play there. 1st and 10, play action, and absolutely no time to do anything there. It was a wide open receiver, just didn't have a chance to throw to him, and he gets sacked. A fumble, so the Cowboys get the ball back, and on 2nd and 2, Ezekiel Elliott manages to find a big hole, as he does so often, and Darren Stanley is able to catch him from behind, take him down at the 8-yard line. Now 3rd and goal, and Prescott completes to Dez Bryant for the touchdown, so the Cowboys go up 10-0. 2nd and 9 now for the Saints. A pass out to Brandon Coleman, who fights for the first down. And on 1st down, we go with a run with Keith Marshall, who takes it outside, takes it all the way outside, manages to make a guy miss, and gets a first down on the run. 3rd and 4, running with DJ Foster. He picks up a first down. Got to get this running game going. Can't just abandon the run because we're down 10 points. 3rd and 5. Sitting looking, and I have no idea where that was supposed to go, who the intended target was. And on 3rd and 5 for the Cowboys, Prescott completes to Cole Beasley, is eventually tackled, but not after he gets the first down. Not until he gets the first down. And then 1st and 10, a launch downfield, but Jameson Nickerson comes down with the interception against Dez Bryant. Just goes up for it, beats him to it, and takes it out of the sky. And that leaves us on the 1-yard line to get the ball back, but at least it's a turnover and it gives us a chance here. 2nd and 9 now. Throw out to Malcolm Mitchell on a drag, and he manages to go upfield, makes a man miss, and takes it to the 23-yard line. So we've got ourselves some breathing room. 2nd and 1 now. Time to look around. Finds Brandon Coleman for another first down, and we're moving downfield. Only 40 seconds left in the first half now. Throws it out to Malcolm Mitchell on the corner. He catches it. Cannot beat the guys for speed though, and gets taken down inside the 10-yard line, and we have to settle for a field goal here to finish the half. So the half finishes at 10-6. We're down 4 points, and we've got the Cowboys on 2nd and inches here to start the second half, and Dion Jordan in with the sack. 3rd and 7 for him now. A pass out, but Jameson Nickerson breaks it up. Couldn't make it an interception, but a pass breakup is just as useful there. And 3rd and 7 for us. Launch downfield. Chance Sugars steals it away from the defender. Byron Jones probably thought he had an interception there, but Chance Sugars just goes and picks it out the sky, and a big completion for us, and then a throw downfield under pressure, and that time it is picked off. No more 50-50s in the playoffs from now on, I swear. Not a good idea. Under pressure. Gave the right look, but it wasn't good, and now the Cowboys have the ball back again, but Dion Jordan in for another sack, so the defense is holding its end of the bargain so far in this half. And now Marquise Goodwin, we know how dangerous he can be. Can he get something going for us here? Cuts right, and there's a whole bunch of green in front of him. He's got to beat a couple of linemen and a linebacker. It looks like he might be able to do it, and he can. He gets into the end zone. What a time to score for Marquise Goodwin. All that space in front of him. Just had a couple of slow guys to beat, only linebackers and linemen, and he gets in, and that makes the score 13-10. So finally we got a lead, and they have to punt away again towards Marquise Goodwin, again making a nice move there, a juke, and then gets tackled at the 45-yard line, 46-yard line to be exact. And Keith Marshall on a pitch, going to the outside, tries to make a move there, gets it going, but still is pushed out of bounds. But now the Saints are moving. Keith Marshall again on a run, just making people miss. Very elusive there, and the offense is looking for the end zone now. Still not a touchdown for them, only a special teams touchdown, and a completion there to Tajay Sharp to the 2-yard line, but it was offensive holding, so 3rd and 23 now. Throw up to Chance Sugars, who beat his man on the line, and he gets the touchdown. So the offense finally scores the first touchdown of the game in the 4th quarter. Chance Sugars just easily beating his man. We saw how he was upgraded recently, and he just easily goes up against defensive backs, makes the catch, tumbles into the end zone, and we're up 20-10 now. So Cowboys looking to do something now, but Dak Prescott runs out of time. David Onyemata with the sack, the forced fumble. Dion Jordan with the recovery, and David Onyemata beat a 2-man double team on him. Of course, it's a 2-man double team. It's a double team, but breaks through the double team, hits Prescott, forces the fumble, and we get the ball here at the 12-yard line, 2nd and 8, and it bounces off of McLean's head. He catches it, interception. They're down at the 4, so just when it looked like things were going in our favor, a freak accident there. And now Des Bryant makes a play down the sideline, takes it to the 45-yard line. So the Cowboys hot off a turnover coming for us, and on 3rd and 2 we managed to stop them. Christian Stuckey stopping him on 4th and 1. They go with the run again, stopped at the line, but they just had enough to get the first down. So 1st and 10. Dak Prescott back to throw, rolls out left, gets hit but shrugs it off, but then Trey Flowers is there to clean up, takes him down. So 3rd and 11 now for the Cowboys. Prescott with time, has absolutely nobody open though, throws it downfield, and Darren Stanley with a Superman block, but it was pass interference apparently by Jameson Nixon. Another shrug off there, but then Kevin Pierre-Louis comes in with the hit, the forced fumble. Jamarcus Vance, the rookie, picks it up, and he's got a whole bunch of space in front of him. Is anybody going to catch him from behind? He is a defensive tackle after all, but no, not a chance. Goes the distance for the touchdown. So just when it looked like the Cowboys might be able to mount a comeback effort, we stop it dead there. Kevin Pierre-Louis with the forced fumble. Who else but the man? And then Jamarcus Vance manages to pick it up, a scoop and score. Lyman chasing him down, but he had an advantage over everyone else and manages to get downfield. 3rd and 10 for the Cowboys now. Prescott, that's the final throw of the game pretty much for them, because they turned the ball over on 4th and 10, and now we run the clock dry and we win the first playoff game. And so we win the divisional round of the playoffs, our first playoff game. So we did make some mistakes, I can't deny that. I threw a 50-50 ball despite saying I shouldn't throw 50-50 balls. Thing is, I got myself in that play. It was set up the way it should be, press coverage. The safety came down on the play action. I was already under pressure. Quarterback got hit as soon as he threw it up there, and the safety managed to get back in time to intercept it. So it wasn't great. And the other interception was a bit unlucky. The ball wasn't thrown like it should have been. I was hoping for a loft, but you know, that's on me anyway. It hit the defender in the back, bounced in the air, was intercepted like that. So that was unlucky. The other one was just not the best choice either, but we obviously got away with it, not a problem. 221 yards passing. Rushing, it wasn't a load of yards, but it was exactly what we needed. Suggart's showing off after being upgraded. Malcolm Mitchell not doing badly. Brandon Coleman as well. You know, not much going on in terms of individual performances. Everyone just did quite well. Dion Jordan with 2 sacks. Trey Flowers with 1. David Onyemata with a forced fumble sack. Elgin Sherrill and Kevin Pierre-Louis with a forced fumble sack as well. An interception by Jameson Nixon. Another big play from him as well, pass breakup wise. Forced fumbles for David Onyemata, Kevin Pierre-Louis. It was obviously Pierre-Louis's that was recovered by Jamarcus Vance, who returned it for a touchdown. What a rookie season for Jamarcus Vance. I mean, from defensive end, we play him at defensive tackle in a 4-3, which is a difficult move to make, or can be. Obviously, he is a good size for the position. Returned it 69 yards for the touchdown. I mean, this defense just wasn't having it today. The offense took a little bit of a time to get going, and we let them have a couple of plays a bit early on, and then they just went into shutdown mode, and they hadn't scored any points since the first half. Final score 27-10, and you may have seen the ticker at the bottom during the game. There's some interesting results in this playoffs. So something that happened, I didn't see it before, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't there. It couldn't have been there before. The Cowboys, the Pikeys, stole our Zach Pearman off the practice squad. Right to play us. I reckon they just did it to give us one. Obviously, Romo was injured, and that's why Dak Prescott was starting. We played him earlier in the season, and it was Romo still playing for him. They stole Zach Pearman off us. Now, I'm assuming they probably released him, but it's not like we want him anymore. We have a really good quarterback that can run around, not as well as Zach Pearman, but can run around and throws it better than anyone we've had on the team. But still, I can't believe they flipping stole Zach Pearman off our practice squad. I thought he was safe there. Apparently not. So, playoffs are relatively simple time. We can advance to the next week and obviously have a look back at what happened. And as I predicted, we are playing the Seahawks. They beat the Redskins, and now let's have a look at how the divisional round played out. So the Browns went to the Chiefs. The Chiefs, who hadn't lost a game all season long, went 16-0, and in their first playoff game, they lose to the Browns by a field goal. That's how the Browns get it done, apparently. The biggest win was us, 27-10, 17-point difference. The Bills beat the Titans by 4 points, which is what I expected. Didn't expect the Browns to beat the Chiefs. And the Seahawks beat the Redskins 34-28 after putting up, 48 or something the week before. But the Browns beating the Chiefs, the conference playoffs, the AFC Championship game is between the Cleveland Browns and the Buffalo Bills. I mean, whoever put money on that at the beginning of the season is going to be a rich man. I think Seahawks Saints is probably a little bit more expected. Browns Bills. Now, we've played the Browns earlier this season and we beat them, so we'd like to, if we beat the Seahawks, that's a team we'd like to see in the Super Bowl. The Bills, I don't know what they look like. The final game potentially of the season. Obviously, that was true last week or for the last game, but this one is the final game of this episode. Potentially the final game of the season. Who knows? Well, the future people know. This team is primed to go back to the Super Bowl and do better than they did last time. I mean, they've just been playing great. The last time we were in the playoffs, we were losing for an entire half against the Packers by a lot of points, something like 30, or was it 25? I don't know. It was a big score, and we had to come back and fight back to get the win. This time, we beat the Cowboys relatively convincingly, and here we go. Time to play the Seahawks. So here we are, the conference championship game, and the Seahawks have been trying to run the ball on us so far in this game, and it's not working for them. Stop there in their tracks. 3rd and 13. Russell Wilson, absolutely no time. And that's Darren Stanley in on the sack. So a free safety blitz. He gets a sack and they have to kick the ball away to us. And we saw Marquise Goodwin last week. Let's see if he can get anything going this week. Goes left, has some space there. Has quite a lot of space actually. And can he get around the outside of this last defender? No. Gets pushed out at the 24-yard line. But still a very good return. Keith Marshall, we're trying to get this run game going, and he has to fight just to lose a couple of yards. 3rd and 3 though, with Nate Cowan running on the outside, manages to shrug a guy off, but can't get to the first down marker. So on 4th and 2, we go for a field goal that goes wide right. So no points whatsoever to show for that. And now the Seahawks have the ball back, 1st and 19. 0 points on the board for either team. And Russell Wilson rolls out to the left, but does absolutely nothing and gets sacked at the 3-yard line. 3rd and 19. He completes to Curse, but Jameson Nicholson is there to make the tackle. So 3rd and 5. We've got the ball now. And Lance Sitton runs out, could have thrown it to Malcolm Mitchell, thought he was going to get a block from Malcolm Mitchell, but instead gets tackled short. And a 52-yarder there is good. So we missed a short field goal, but hit the 52-yarder, so we're up 3 points to 0 right now. And there they finally run the ball on us. They've been trying to establish the run game, and finally they get it going a little bit, but then Darren Stanley with the interception takes it away from Jimmy Graham, and that turns the ball over and changes this game dramatically, because we'd been struggling to get anything really going on offense, but now we've got a turnover, the wind in our sails, and you can see it here in Keith Marshall's run as he shrugs the first tackler off and picks up the first down. So 1st and 10 now, passing down, and Lance Sitton goes and runs for it, makes the man miss, and slides down just short of the first down. 3rd and 5 on the 39 now. Lance Sitton rolling out right. This time he's not going to run for it. Throws it to Chance Sugars. Learned from the last time. Don't expect your receivers to make blocks. But again, we get stopped short. 4th and 2. So we cannot follow through and get into the end zone. 3rd and 5 for the Seahawks. Russell Wilson rolling out to the right. Throws it across his body to Baldwin for a completion. How did he manage that? I don't know. But on 2nd and 3, he gets sacked by Ifo Ekpreolumu. The corner blitz caught him off guard. And on 3rd and 8, Russell Wilson back to pass. Has time to look around. Has plenty of time. Then time starts to run out. Comes under pressure, but it was enough time for Doug Baldwin to come back to him, and he completes the pass. Now 1st and goal at the 15. Another completion, but he's stopped just short of the end zone by Darren Stanley. And off 2nd and goal, they get stopped short on the run. 3rd and goal, and Christian Stuckey came off his man. Pierre Lewis was in there, Dion Jordan, the 3 guys that make plays regularly, making one play there to stop the touchdown on 3rd and goal and force them to go for a field goal. So we're up 6-3, 20 seconds left in the first half, and that's a nice play from Brandon Coleman there. Nice catch. 1st and 10 now, rolling out right, looking for something. Absolutely nothing there. Shrugs the first guy off, but then gets sacked. And we had to settle for a field goal as time expired. So we went into the half 9-3, and there's a nice completion to Tajay Sharp. So just like last week, we go the entire first half without an offensive touchdown. Now the Seahawks have the ball back. Completion to Tyler Lockett. He shakes off a tackle, and Jameson Nicholson has got to go and chase him down and catch him, and he does. Not many people can do that, but luckily we have one of them. And Christian Stuckey, that was a Stuckey-do play right there. The forced fumble on Russell Wilson. The Seahawks do manage to pick the ball up again, but what a play from Christian Stuckey on the sack. Forces the fumble, and the Seahawks kick a field goal. 3-point difference again. Now Sitton throwing out to Keith Marshall for the completion for the first down. We have to score a touchdown. It's not good enough in the playoffs to not score an offensive touchdown for an entire half. And we're running the ball here, trying to establish the run, and a play action catches them there. Chance Sugars can go into the end zone just like last week. The first offensive touchdown is scored by the man, Chance Sugars. What a play on the corner, just beats his guy. And now Russell Wilson gets sacked again, this time by Kevin Pierre-Louis. The pressure playing a real big part here in stopping the Seahawks and holding them to 6 points, 2 field goals, and another sack by Dion Jordan. We're really all over them right now. So we have the ball here, 2nd and 10. Sitting under pressure, manages to throw it out, and Chance Sugars gets tackled inside the 10-yard line. 3rd and goal, a pitch to Cowan, but there was just never a chance. Although he does manage to make one man miss, he gets tackled at the 11. We have to settle for another field goal. 1st and 10. Russell Wilson completes another pass, throwing across his body for a 1st down. And now we're on 2nd and 11. Wilson back to pass. A short, easy completion for the 1st down. But then he gets hit, and it's a forced fumble, and it's a pile-up here for the recovery. Who's going to get it finally? Jameson Nickerson picks it up, and we have to take a quick look at how he did this. If we watch Nickerson there, that's how he comes in over the top, does a little roly-poly. There's the football, and he just kind of upside down, finally sees it, manages to pick it up. It's an odd way to enter a pile-up, but he does it and he gets the ball out of there. So we have the ball now 3rd and 7. Sitting looking to pass, completes it to Tajay Sharp. It was slightly behind him, but it's still a 1st down. 2nd and 14, we're running the ball now, because as much as we're trying to score points, we're also trying to run the clock out, and we go for another field goal. It's a field goal day today, and we missed one already, and he still kicked about 5 of them. And now Russell Wilson under pressure managed to shake off the first guy, but gets sacked. He cannot shake us today. 4th and 14. This is pretty much the game here, although the game's already decided. And Christian Stuckey with the interception. His first career interception is in the conference championship game, where he's going to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, the game was decided before that interception, but it's still a good play. And then that's what we know Nate Cowan for, just bowling through people, rolling off tackles. A real nice play from him there. Obviously just trying to run the clock down here now on 3rd and 7. Cowan picks up another 1st down, but had to fight for it. And the Seahawks taking timeouts, but I don't really know why. Sitting, a completion to Blake Moreland, and he makes the 1st down, flips over a guy, and that knee ends the game, and we go to the Super Bowl. We've done it. We've done the close to impossible. We have gone back to the Super Bowl. This time we have a chance to redeem ourselves. Now, with no disrespect to the Seahawks, I gotta say that was a pretty easy game. I think the defense put in a good shift. Holding them to 6 points is really quite impressive, especially considering how well they'd been playing up to this point, scoring 38 points, 40-something points on teams. We held them to 6. Of course, we didn't score too many ourselves either, but 202 yards for Lance Sitton, just the 1 touchdown, 77% completion percentage. Nate Cowan and Keith Marshall sharing yards pretty fairly there, both with 10 carries each. Chance Sugars really leading. Again, I think it was last week as well. He was the only one with a touchdown, if I remember that correctly. I'm not too sure at this point, but again, quite spread out there with the receiving. But it was all on the defense today. 7 total sacks. Dion Jordan 1.5. Christian Stuckey had 1. Ekpe Olumu had 1. All sorts of plays out. Even our free safety had a sack. Interceptions as well. Christian Stuckey and Darren Stanley had interceptions. We just completely controlled this game. 2 forced fumbles, and I think just the 1 recovery, just the 1 recovery by Jameson Nickerson. Stuckey just taking the ball away today. Interception and a forced fumble. Of course, we didn't have any touchdowns this time. Can't do that every time. No safeties, obviously, but defense controlled the day-to-day and kick return, well, punt returning to be specific. Goodwin does a good job in the postseason. We win 22-6, and now you may have already seen in the scoreline ticker thing at the bottom, we do know who our opponent is for the Super Bowl. Okay, it doesn't show me that. I'm going to have to advance the week. We will be playing the Cleveland Browns in a Super Bowl. But with how they've been playing, we're going to need to put up a bit more than just 22 to 27 points if we're going to beat them. They've been scoring freely. And now let's take a quick look at the Pro Bowl rosters, because we're not going to do that on the Super Bowl episode. Lance Sitton's in. Chance Sugars made it. I'm pretty sure that's our backup right tackle who barely plays. Well, he made it in, so, you know, they're clearly watching a lot of our games. Christian Stuckey didn't only make it in, he's the starter. And Thomas Morstead made it in as the punter. Marquise Goodwin made it in as a kick returner. We've got a pretty good representation in the Pro Bowl. Obviously not actually, because they won't be there because they're in the Super Bowl. And that is that. We made it to another Super Bowl, a chance to redeem ourselves. We cannot lose to the Browns. I know it's a different Browns and they're quite good, but we cannot lose to the Browns. It doesn't matter. And I'll see you for that the Friday before the actual Super Bowl.